friends. Happy Tuesday. I am hopping on because I read Psalm 86 a couple days ago, and I've just kind of been sitting with it a couple days. Like, I keep coming back to it, and there are some things that the Lord has pointed out to me that I figured I'd hop on and share. So if you're interested, stick around. I'm going to read to you from Psalm 86. So to give you a little bit of context, this psalm is a prayer of David. So David is the one who wrote this song. I'm going to read you the whole thing in my Christian Standard Bible, and then I will point out like 2 verses and 2 other translations and just talk about what stuck out with me. And if you feel like it, mention what sticks out to you. Psalm 86. Listen, Lord, and answer me, for I am poor and needy. Protect my life, for I am faithful. You are my God. Save your servant who trusts in you. Be gracious to me, Lord, for I call to you all day long. Bring joy to your servant's life, because I appeal to you, Lord. For you, Lord, are kind and ready to forgive, abounding in faithful love to all who call on you. Lord, hear my prayer. Listen to my plea for mercy. I call on you in the day of my distress, for you will answer me. Lord, there is no one like you among the gods, and there are no works like yours. All the nations you have made will come and bow down before you, Lord, and honor your name. For you are great and perform wonders. You alone are God. Teach me your way, Lord, and I will live by your truth. Give me an undivided mind to fear your name. I will praise you with all of my heart, Lord my God, and will honor your name forever. For your faithful love for me is great, and you rescue my life from the depths of Sheol. God, arrogant people have attacked me. A gang of ruthless men intends to kill me. They do not let you guide them. But you, Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger and abounding in faithful love and truth. Turn to me and be gracious to me. Give your strength to your servant. Save the son of your female servant. Show me a sign of your goodness. My enemies will see and be put to shame, because you, Lord, have helped and comforted me. So, beautiful song. Actually, if you look at like the title of the little psalm, it says that it is for lament and petition, which I'm gonna have to talk to you guys about Psalms of Lament at some point. Those absolutely blow my mind, but that's not what we're talking about this time. So what stuck out to me this time is specifically verses 10 and 11. So I'm gonna read it to you in CSB again and just tell you what sticks out to me from this translation, and then I'm gonna pull up 2 others. So verse 10 says, for you are great and perform wonders. You alone are God. Teach me your way, Lord, and I will live by your truth. Give me an undivided mind to fear your name. So the thing that really stuck out to me in this part, number 1 is saying, God, there is no one else like you. Like, you are the only one who can do what I am about to ask. And so he's saying, teach me your way and I will live by your truth. So kind of like that saying, when you know better, you do better. If the Lord teaches you his truth, you are more likely and more willing to walk in it. But the piece that stood out to me is where it says, give me an undivided mind to fear your name. And what stood out to me in that sentence specifically is the word undivided. So when you think about the word undivided, it's not separated into parts. It is complete or total. And so what he's saying right here is, Lord, give me a mind that is so focused on you that I can't have one foot in the word and one foot in the world. And that's important because when we are solely invested in what the Lord is doing, we're able to think clearly, and we're able to come before him with a holy reverence and an awe. So, when it says to fear your name, it's not talking about being afraid of the Lord. No, it's talking about coming to him with such honor and such respect. So that's what stood out to me in the translation for CSB. Then I looked at it, verses 10 and 11. I looked at it in the ESV, which is the English Standard Version, I think is what that translates to. I can't remember. So I'm going to read those two verses to you from ESV. It says, "For you are great and do wondrous things. You alone are God. Teach me your way, O Lord, that I may walk in your truth. Unite my heart to fear your name." So the specific word, there's two words in here that I found interesting. The first thing that I looked at was the word unite. So it's saying, Lord, unite my heart to fear your name. And so what I get from that is when you look at unite, it's talking about becoming one. So it's saying, Lord, allow my heart to become one with your heart in order for me to fear your name, in order for me to come to you with holy reverence. So first is that word unite, because it's just a powerful word. But the other thing that really stuck out to me was when you go from the Christian Standard Bible translation to the English Standard Bible translation. In CSB, it says, "Give me an undivided mind." Whereas in the ESV, it says, "Give me a united heart." And that piece, like, it just, one, it took me back to a conference that I went to several years ago. But it also just shows the power of connection between your mind and your heart. So later on in the Bible, like it's in Luke and I think it's in Matthew and some other spots, it talks about how it's from the abundance of the heart that the mouth speaks. But when you really think about, okay, how is it that we speak? Like, how does that all work? Your brain is what's making all of those things work. So just the connection between your mind and your heart, real important. So yeah, those things are inseparably connected. So that's what stood out to me there. Now, what kind of brings all of this together? So you're looking at it and you're like, okay, well, like, why is that all super important? Like, I don't know, maybe you're not thinking that. I was thinking it when I read it. If you look at it in the New Living Translation, verses 10 and 11 say, "For you are great and perform wondrous deeds. You alone are God. Teach me your ways, O Lord, that I may live according to your truth." That's really important. It's according to God's truth, not our truth, because our truth is not always truth, but his is always true. And it goes on to say, "Grant me purity of heart so that I may honor you." So the first word that sticks out in there is the word purity. When we think about purity, purity is obviously the state of being pure, but that is being, for something to be pure, it's unmixed. It's not, again, it's not one foot in the word and one foot in the world. And so that purity piece is really important, because if you have a mind that is undivided and you have a heart that is united, that's what leads to purity. And it's from that place of purity that you get to honor and revere the Lord. So if you look at verse 11, it says, "Grant me purity of heart so that." That "so that" is important because it's telling you what you do with these things. And it's so that we can honor him. And so, yeah, that's what stuck out to me in those verses. And it's just sat with me for the last couple of days, and it's just sat so intensely on my heart that I wanted to share it with you. So yeah, I hope that touches you. I hope that it maybe teaches you something you didn't know, or maybe you already knew that, but there's something you want to add on to it. So anyways, I love you. Thanks for joining, and have a great night.